Push the switch. Boom. Alright, so I'm back in the garage again today. Going to be doing a little bit of work on the WJ. So this company, Bunker Industries, they sent me a couple of their side shooter pod lights. So I'm going to get those installed on the WJ. First of all, let's take a look at what they sent. Alright, so like I said, these are from Bunker Industries. These are their 4-inch side shooter pods. So let's have a look. Looks like it comes with a nice wiring harness, relay, switch, fuse. Yep, that's pretty cool. And we got these are the actual pigtails to the lights themselves. So these are their 4-inch side shooter pods. So it's got the front-facing lights here, and then it's also got these side lights. So it gives a lot wider beam pattern when you're off-road. So those look pretty nice. So yep, so there's 2 of them there in the box, along with all the hardware and like I said, a wiring harness and everything to get it all hooked up. So, and we got some instructions here, which pretty basic, you know, wire the lights to the switch. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to want to do is attach the mounting brackets. You can see there's a couple nuts in there, and then this bracket goes on right there. They include all the hardware you need for this. So these little screws with the hex heads, and they even give you the Allen wrench you need to put that on. So those little screws, that's what's going to put the bracket on. The larger ones are for mounting the lights to the tabs or wherever you want to mount them on your vehicle. So let me get these brackets attached, and then we'll see what's next. Oh, and I just realized I made a mistake. So, before you put these brackets on, you want to put the bolt into that part of the bracket, because as you can see, you can't get it in there now. So let me pull these off, and then I'll put that bolt in. So the mounting bolt has to go in that side first, because it fits in there, and it holds it in there really nice. But there's not enough room once you get the bracket on, as you just saw. So make sure you put that mounting bolt in there first before you try and attach the bracket to the light. So now that I got that in, I'll just go ahead and get these brackets back on the lights. And simple as that. Now it's ready to be mounted onto the vehicle. Alright, so getting the lights installed on the vehicle is pretty simple. It's just got that one post, as you saw when I was putting the bracket on. So all you need is somewhere on your vehicle that's got a mounting hole like that. So on the WJ, I've got these mounting tabs on the front of my bumper, and so I think that's a perfect place to put these. They're going to go right in there. Something like that. So I'll get these mounted up, and then we'll start doing the wiring. Yeah, just get them aimed wherever you want, and then I'm using the Allen wrench here to tighten up the screws on the bracket. There's those 2 screws right there that controls the side to side and the tilt of the light. As far as rotation, for that you just tighten up the main post, and I just turned it slightly, so there we go. I need to tighten that down still. I'm just trying to get those 2 Allens on the back tightened down now that I have it aimed where I want it. And you can see I have it slid over a little bit because I was running into my bumper, but this thing will allow it to slide side to side as well as tilt the light up and down. There we go. Alright, snugged in there nice and good. That looks pretty good right there. So now I just need to go and do the same thing on the other side. All right, now that I got the lights mounted, I got to get them wired up. So they give you this nice long wiring harness, which should be plenty long to reach to both the lights and all the way over across anywhere you want to run it. You know, usually you'll run it somewhere either through the firewall here or on the other side. There's usually a rubber grommet where some other wires go through. I found back there on the WJ there is a rubber grommet over there. I think I'm going to try and use that. So I'm going to run the wiring harness from over here along there and all the way and try and get through that grommet over there. But I'm going to need to remove my relocated washer fluid temporarily so I can get more space. And anyway, so to hook this thing up, it's pretty simple. You just need positive and negative. And so what I'm going to use is right here coming out of the fuse box. These are positive, and then there's a ground right there on the. So I'm going to hook up my positive here and my negative right there, and so that should be you know, next to all the other fuses and stuff. So anyway, I'm going to run the wires to the lights and through the grill and everything, and get that all up in there, and then I'm going to figure out getting through there. I got to take that washer fluid out, which of course I just filled it up with washer fluid the other day. Anyway, I'll get working on that, and I'll show you, you know, what I run into. All right, I got my wire routed behind the grill there. I need to put some zip ties on it and tie it out of the way. But before I do that, I'm going to hook this thing up to the battery. So like I said, on the WJ, I got my fuse block or my fuse panel right here. And there's some convenient spots that I can get connected to. Right there, that's a hot connection and that's a ground. So again, be careful on this one. Don't arc it to ground because it is hot and you will get a spark. So I'm just going to loosen this up just enough so that I can get the thing underneath it. And then I'm going to need a box end to get to that one. Wow, that was very good. Okay, and then I'm just going to take these little connectors and slide them onto the bolt and then tighten that back down. So that one right on there. Okay. This one go right on here. Hey, my lights just turned on. Apparently the switch is turned on. I turn that off, and yeah, like I said, get this thing connected. Alright, and it is wired up. And now a simple push of the switch. Boom. Nice. Oh yeah, these look nice and bright. I'm gonna have to take them out when it gets dark, but you can see just in the garage here even the difference. Alright, so now I gotta route this inside somewhere so that I can use the switch from inside the vehicle. So as far as getting it inside the vehicle, they've got this this switch here that you can mount somewhere. It's got some sticky backed tape on it. You can just mount it on any flat surface, but you don't need to get that whole switch through. There's this right here, this connector that disconnects, and so that's slightly smaller that you have to get through there. So it's still not the smallest connector, but I mean that's about what you're going to get because you got to have all those wires. So anyway, need to find something about that big to get through the firewall. So like I said, I'm going to start working on getting things out of the way and seeing where a good spot is to put that through. Alright, so I've been working on getting the wire through the firewall, and so I got my my washer fluid just kind of moved over to the side there. And then down in here, you see this big old rubber, I don't know, stopper, whatever you want to call it, where this wiring bundle comes through. Well, that just pops out. And then right there, this wire right here is the other side. Oop, and I'm losing it. There it is. That wire right there is the harness. So now I just need to get this wire through here, so through this rubber. So I'll probably just like cut a little slit in there so it can push through and then seal it up with some RTV. All right, I got that thing pulled through there. And so where I ran the rest of this, the other side of this, is just underneath the cowl here. So this trim just pulls off, and then I was able to just pull that trim off enough, or pull that cowl up just enough to get the cable in there, and it just runs down in there all along the top and over to the other side. So now I just got to get this connected, get that big plug put back in, and yeah, find a place to stick it inside. All right, so I got my cable all routed out here. Comes right here off of the fuse box, and then I just got it kind of pushed down in here, going underneath the overflow canister around there, and like I said, it goes underneath the cowl all the way across. And then over here on the other side, I put some RTV in there. You can maybe see that down in there. So I just put some of the right stuff, and that should hopefully seal that up and keep the dust and stuff out of there. So now I just need to mount the switch inside. All right, so coming inside the Jeep here, you see I got my switch just kind of hanging, comes in over there. But anyway, like I mentioned before, this thing's just got like a little peel and stick backing on it, so you can put it pretty much anywhere you want. And so I think that I'm going to put it right about there, so it's just to the right of the ignition and stuff. I think that'll be a good spot. So peel that little backing off. About there, I think. Should work. There we go. Boom. Sweet. Alright, I'll just find somewhere to tie that wire up, and then got a few more things to tidy up out here. I got to put the washer fluid reservoir back where it goes, get everything pushed down where it's supposed to go, and clean up all my tools. So I'm going to do that, and then when it gets dark, I'll take them outside and show you how they look when it's dark. Alright, so it's dark, and I went out to a little off-road area, so let's see what these things can do. Yeah, so you can see the difference there where I had just the headlights on, and then I turned the side shooter pods on. I got them aimed off to the side, so they're illuminating, you know, the sides of the road a little more rather than in front of me, because that's what I need for off-road, so I can see stuff to the side of me. You know, the headlights shine out in front, but I needed something to illuminate left and right in front of the vehicle. So I'm gonna go a little further out here and do a little more testing. All right, so here's another good spot where I can show you, you know, how much these illuminate to the side. So if you look in front of me, this is what I'm seeing out the windshield right now, right? And then you turn the lights on, and you can see it almost, you know, doubles the amount of light, and you can see how much wider that field of view is. It illuminates everything to the side of me. I can see the, you know, the walls on either side and so forth. There it is with regular headlights and with the side shooters turned on. So yeah, those definitely are making a big difference off-road. All right, so I hope that can show you a little bit of how much of a difference these make. I think they're gonna work out really good for me off-road. It definitely puts out more light than just the headlights alone, and the way they shoot off to the side illuminates the sides of the road, which is really important when you're off-roading. So anyway, I'm gonna head on out. I'll put the camera up on top and maybe capture a little bit more of what it looks like as I'm going out. I'll turn them on and off so you can see the difference. Alright, so I think that's going to do it for now. I think these are going to work out really good. I like that it's a whole kit that includes the wiring harness and the switch and the relay and everything you need, so that's pretty cool. So I think that's going to do it for me for now. Thanks for watching.